Put the keys on the counter and leave, Margaret. You're slowing down the sale of a house that isn't yours anymore. The air in the hallway tasted like lemon wax and old dust. My husband David had been gone for exactly 6 months. The house was too big for one person. The silence was too heavy for one heart. So I called a realtor. I expected a professional. I expected a guide. I got Bradley. Bradley was 32. He wore suits that cost more than my first car. He smelled like expensive cologne and desperation. The first time he walked into my living room, he didn't look at me. He looked at the crown molding. He looked at the hardwood floors. He looked at the fireplace David built with his own hands. "Nice bones," Bradley said. He didn't say hello. He didn't ask how I was. He just tapped his iPad and started calculating. I tried to tell him about the leak in the pantry we fixed in '98. I tried to tell him the garden needed specific care in July. He held up a hand. Palm flat. A stop sign. "Margaret," he said. His voice had that oily smoothness of a car salesman. "I've sold 3 houses on this block this year. I know what people want. They don't want stories. They want square footage and stainless steel." I closed my mouth. I sat on the edge of the sofa David and I bought for our 20th anniversary. I watched Bradley pace. He walked through my life like he was inspecting a warehouse. By the second week, I was a ghost in my own home. Bradley had staged the house. He took down the photos of our children. He moved the handmade quilt from the back of the chair. He replaced my books with white-bound journals that had nothing inside. "Neutrality sells," he told me. He said it while stepping over a small ceramic bird my granddaughter made. I picked up the bird. I put it in my pocket. Every time I tried to offer a detail, Bradley was there to cut me off. "We need to disclose the already handled. The neighbors usually irrelevant, Margaret. The deed is. The lawyers have it. Just sign where the yellow sticker is." He spoke over me at the kitchen table. He spoke over me in the driveway. He even spoke over me when I was talking to a potential buyer who looked like she actually cared about the rose bushes. "She's just sentimental," Bradley laughed to the buyer. He patted my shoulder. It wasn't comfort. It was ownership. A man pinning a butterfly to a board so it doesn't flutter. I stopped talking. Not because I had nothing to say, but because the more I spoke, the more he polished his ego. I watched him. I watched how he missed the small things. The thick blue folder on the study desk. The double deadbolt on the basement door. The way he assumed a 60-year-old widow was just a problem to be managed. The quiet set in, not a sad quiet anymore. A cold one. Bradley brought the papers for the final closing. The buyers were a young couple from the city, aggressive, fast-talking, just like Bradley. They wanted the house cleared by Friday. They wanted the furniture gone. They wanted Margaret gone. "The price is firm," Bradley told them in the kitchen. He leaned against my granite island, "and the property is pristine. The owner has kept it like a museum." He gestured to me. I stood by the sink, holding a glass of water. I looked at the couple. I saw the man looking at the ceiling. I saw the woman looking at the backyard. I thought about the blue folder. I thought about the conversation I tried to have 4 times. About the easement. About the city's new zoning for the lot next door. About the structural pillar in the garage that wasn't really a pillar. Bradley hadn't listened. He told me he'd done the research. He told me he didn't need a history lesson. Bradley kept saying he had experts for everything. So I didn't give him one. I sat there. I let the silence grow. It's amazing how much space you can take up by saying nothing at all. Moving day was raining, a gray New England drizzle. Bradley stood by his SUV. He didn't help at the boxes. He stood under a large black umbrella checking his watch. "The new owners are coming at noon for the final walkthrough," he said. "You're behind schedule, Margaret." I carried the last box to my car. It was heavy. He didn't offer a hand. He just watched the clock. I walked back into the empty house. The echoes were loud now. Without the rugs and curtains, the house felt honest, raw. Bradley followed me in. His shoes clicked on the wood. Click, click, click. Keys, he demanded. I reached into my purse. I pulled out the ring, the brass key for the front door, the one for the side door, and the small silver one. Wait, I said, I should tell you about the... Margaret, he sighed. He rolled his eyes, looked at the ceiling as if asking for patience. I have a $3 million closing at 1 o'clock. I don't have time for the memories speech. I've got the inspection report. I've got the title, I've got the commission. Just leave the keys. I looked at him. I looked at the silver key. I looked at the blue folder still sitting on the empty shelf. The one he never opened. I placed the keys on the counter. I didn't say another word. I walked out the door. I didn't look back. There are moments when silence isn't weakness. It's the moment everything quietly begins to fall apart. So 2 weeks later, I was in my new apartment, small, quiet. The phone rang at 7 in the morning. It was Bradley. His voice wasn't oily anymore. It was jagged, like broken glass. Margaret, he stuttered. The buyers, the basement. I took a sip of tea. I watched a bird on the balcony. The basement? I asked. It flooded, he hissed. 2 feet of water, and the city is there. They're saying the extension David built isn't permitted. They're saying the whole back deck has to come down. Why didn't you tell me? I leaned back. The sun hit the floor. I tried to tell you, Bradley. In the living room twice. In the kitchen once. On the driveway. But you told me you didn't need a history lesson. You told me you'd done the research. You told me I was just being sentimental. Silence. The kind that tastes like copper. They're suing me, Margaret, he whispered. Professional negligence. They're saying I withheld the disclosure. The blue folder, I said softly. What? The blue folder on the shelf. The one with the permit denials from 2004. The one I tried to hand you. The one you told me to leave behind because you had the legal side covered. I could hear him breathing. Fast. Shallow. The sound of a man realizing he's standing on a trapdoor he built himself. You knew, he said. I knew, I replied. But you were the expert, Bradley. I was just the widow who was slowing down the sale. The lawsuit took a year. I wasn't named in it. I had my emails. The ones where I asked to discuss the structural and zoning documents. The ones he answered with, not necessary. Focus on packing. The buyers got their money. Most of it from Bradley's firm. The rest from his personal insurance. I heard he left the business. Someone said they saw him working at a car wash in the valley. I went back to the old neighborhood once. The house looked different. The back deck was gone. The yard was torn up. It looked like it was mourning. I didn't feel sad. I didn't feel happy. I just felt level.